I think you were first, and then Tanya, Wendy, Sweet Tea.
No, no. I would think, well, you have to understand, there were sisters rapping before me. There were the Chirocks and Pebbly Poos and Mercedes ladies up in New York. They just hadn't gotten a record deal, right? They were there in the courtyards spitting. Now, they was true to it. They was writing rhymes every day, living it like Schoolly and Yvette were. It was their life. Not the case for me, and I always make sure that that's known, that that was not the case for me. It just, I was in the right place at the right time, and yeah. As far as wax goes, yeah. And then I continued it on the radio, doing my little intros and stuff to shows. But I never wanted to be Salt and Pepper. I never wanted it as a career. I did, grab onto the radio thing and love that, but I didn't want to be a rapper. No.
You got changed?
I got
Schoolly, King of New York.
I got involved with King of New York. I was again trying to get kicked off another record label. Cause I knew they were tools, man. It was like kind of like once you get inside, I wrote this. I was having trouble writing this. My mother kept these records for me. She gave me this record. It was "Am I Black Enough for You" by Billy Paul. I love that record. She kept a stack of records for me, and I was like, I know how to freak every white motherfucker out. Yeah, I'll give you a sample. I'm going to make a record called "Am I Black Enough for You?" And it was 24 songs. I think 17 of the songs had the word black in it. It was black minister, black, I am black, and black this and black that. And then they would say, again, this nigga crazy. So they were filming King of New York, and Abel Ferrara was asking for music to inspire him. No, but it was a kid that was on. He was on tour, because a lot of people don't remember that we did the first European tour also with Big Audio Dynamite and The Clash in '85. So he was on that tour. He said, "Well, that's fucked up." And he wasn't satisfied. He didn't believe. He said that the rappers in New York, and it's no diss, they just weren't believable. So someone said, "Well, check this guy out." And he called me 10 times. And 10 times I turned King of New York down. Really? And I was like, "Are you white?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "Fuck you." Called back again. I said, "Man, I'm writing an album called "Am I Black Enough for You?" He called back 10 times. He says, look, I'm telling you, you got the goods. You got the goods. You should be," he said, "you should be you're a part of hip-hop, but you're also a part of it." And he said, "Who does your music?" Because a lot of people don't know, I produce my own music, play all the instruments. And he said, "Well, come up to New York." And he had already started putting it in this film. And so I took a big chance, and he started putting it in this film. And it changed my life. And then I started writing for it. And then I eventually did Capitol, actually. They brought me out of my label with RCA. I don't know, it was crazy. They gave me $1 million. I spent it in 2 years. Got kicked off that label too, but it was like
I didn't go there at school.
I ain't going there. I was a rebel. So then Abel pulled me aside and he said, "Look, it's like I think you're more than a rapper. Because you love music and you love film." And the second film I did was The Bad Lieutenant. And then I pretty much kind of like making records were like secondary and doing film. I did like 12 or 15 films, scoring and acting. And then I started doing cartoons. But it's like it was, I think it was just that he called back. And he called back, and he called back, and he just kept calling. And I think it's because like he already cut some of it to film, and it's hard as shit to get the music out of the film and the scene. Yeah. So he was just like, I fucking took a big chance. So as I was recording the record, he was taking the music that I was doing. He actually backed beside me. He did go to BMG, and it was just like they were taking my tapes, and he was actually scoring it without me even knowing it. It was just like, you know, they were letting me use my music, just, you know, because, you know, at that time it was part of their music, so they were just letting me use it. And once the film was done, he showed it to me, and that changed. That's when the bug bit me. It changed. The people, everybody thought it was crazy when I said I'm not, you know, rapping in secondary. You know, my homies thought it was crazy because with the meal ticket, you know, I had 12 people or more employed, and it's like, wait a minute, you just gonna stop rapping? Start fucking. What is a fucking film composer anyway? Nobody. I knew because I was a little kid watching, you know, West Side Story and The Road, and, you know, Oklahoma. That's, you know, I grew up on all that shit. You know, with my mom sitting there being on punishment in the summer. Sitting there like this. Oh, no, hold on, wait a minute. You know, so I fell in love with the, I was really in love with music and film.
It made it hard, though. It made that film hard.
Yeah.
How do you feel like your music being the backdrop for some of the pioneers, well, such as like Notorious B.I.G., you know, he used that as an interlude to his album, and I just heard Mary J. Blige, her new album, and she used this song, right, yeah.
And did a video for it. I think it's
This is a check. So.
It's more. I think it's more than a check. It's it's not just like it's a film. It's like it's something. It's like it's hard. It's not only. It's like it's something that you can't redo it. If you could redo it, then people would have redone it. And and it was like it just came straight from my gut, straight from the heart. I was being serious, and I did the music, and it lasted. Just like any James Brown stuff, you can't read that. You can play the beat, but that's why James Brown was always sampled. You can't recreate that feel that was in that room. And when me and Code got together, we did it all live. All those records, you can hear my fingers on the keyboard. Like back then, that was the 909.
Oh, 909.
Yeah, and I would play it live, and it's like, it's like more than a check. It's like I'm relevant 30 years later, and that's to me. I'm just starting to. When I'm home by myself, I get, you know, all badass. But when my mother raised me right, so when I'm in public, I'm humble.
So when you see Mary J. Blige on CD,
This is humble. I saw it with somebody. They had the world premiere video last night. I was looking at it. I was
wow.
And you know,
So how do you feel when you see that?
Well,
and then,
today I called my lawyer and said, "Yo, how much?" Okay, cool. Because it's like there's so many songs out there. It's like from like the Chemical Brothers,
right?
Block Rockin' Beats. I own part of that. It's like so many. It's an honor to be liked by so many different genres of music. I think my parents did their job. That's it. You know, my parents did their job.
Folks are checking out. Glenn, could you give us out? Pull one of those out. This is for the DVD and poster, signed poster. Check your tickets. 628-714. Right here. Wow. I don't even have to move. Okay. That's a Philly boy. If you didn't win, you can certainly buy one for $10. This is a poster. You can get that signed by everyone who's here. And don't forget the Street Movies calendar. Okay. Well, so I mean, we all.